Hi, once again we have a general selection. We got all taste should be answered here. We've got a little compact, some tungsten, some car bulbs, halogen, and with the exception of that one, some telephone slide lamps and a little tiny neon, which I might have shown these before, probably have, but I know the other ones I haven't. Anyway, start off with two vehicle lamps. Now, interesting, you often hear, turn that over, we often hear of coil lamps. Normally coil lamps are in sort of mains lamps, but here we have, it's actually only one filament. It looks like there's two, but there's not. There is just the one. Oh, let's focus up. That filament is coil. The two lead-ins are at the side, so it's what it. Also notice that on the pinch there's this black paint. Whether it's a type of gettering material to reduce any traces of air that may still be in the lamp after evacuation, I don't know. I'd think it's possibly Japanese made. There's the base. It's what they call a small centre contact. It's a bayonet cap, but small centre contact. The box it came out of, I'll show you the box. A company called Ring. Auto bulbs, 24 volts. It's distributed by Ring Automotive, Geldorf Road, Leeds, England. Leeds is up north, it's the other end of the M1, the M1 motorway. Ring. This would probably be not a reversing light, probably a brake light in a lorry or van or something like that. That's 24 volts. But the idea was to show you the coil filament. Next up, I picked this up at the same, this I believe was in the bag of bulbs. It's focusing up. This lamp is 24 volt also, and once again I'll get it as close as possible. The filament is coil. So now you can see how the filament's actually connected. It's sort of spot welded. It's a vertical filament. Nothing on it whatsoever. The base in this case is what they call a small bayonet cap, but it's a double contact. So it's just SBC. The other one was SCC, small centre contact. This bulb's probably about 1960s, 70s. It's old. It might even be earlier than that. So that would have been used in a car, or not a car, but a 24 volt vehicle headlamp, either a headlamp or a fog lamp or a spotlight, and it would possibly be 36 watts. It may even be 48, but that is just a guess. Now, next up, and I might have to have a break halfway through. Another candle. There's a name on it. Funny enough, it's by Bell. As I said, Bell did make these decorative lamps. This is possibly one made up in Yorkshire. It's like outside frost, but it has the modern filament. It doesn't show that looped filament. It just shows the normal type of filament. You can just see it in there, I think. No, perhaps not, but it's the normal, it's not the loop, so it is more modern. Small bayonet cap, same as the last one we saw, but this is obviously on 240 volts. Further along we have a tubular small Edison screw, not to be confused with candelabra. Candelabra is slightly smaller than this, and candelabra is very rarely found in England. It might be used in some of the microwaves, I'm not too sure, but it's not common. This is a small Edison screw. Rough surface type filament, zigzag, nothing on it at all. I would say it's probably 25 watts. But it's a typical zigzag, it's a rough surface. This would be used in such things as, say, a sewing machine, fridge interior, may even be in a microwave. But one tubular lamp. Care in handling it, because this part could become alive, and that would be exposed outside of the holder, which is not a good idea, so you know, be careful. Have a Phillips lamp next, which will show. I'm going to have a quick break. There's something happened next door, so I've got to have a quick break. I do apologise. Hang on. Sorry about that. I'm back. There's no way of turning this off and sort of starting it again. Well, if there is, I don't know how it's done. This is a Phillips. Once again, you've got your old CE mark. The energy thing, A is the best. All the countries it goes to. Phillips Lighting Poland. This will be the Polish company. They bought out Pole Lamp. As GE bought out Tungsram, Phillips bought out Pole Lamp. And a lot of their stuff's now made there. It's better quality than the crap, I mustn't say that, the stuff that comes from China. It's warm white, 7 watts, equaling 31 watts, soft tone. There's the shape of the bulb, E27 Edison screw. It's got 1.4 milligrams of mercury at 60 milliamps. Yeah, let's have a little look at the bulb. There's the bulb, neatly made. Once again, the old familiar CE sign and all the other blurb that's on there when the camera decides to focus sometime today. There she goes. Made in Poland. And that'll be at the old Pole Lamp factory. The number there. It's got a nice base as well. A nice proper base, not with a little tiddly little pip in the middle like they are now. So, all in all, quite a nice little lamp. Don't know the age, probably 80s, late 80s, 90s. Once again, it was one that was in that bag of goodies. And considering that probably cost a matter of pence, if you were to add up all the other bulbs I got in there for £2, I didn't do too bad. There's the size. Yeah, we end up with some bulbs a lot of you may have not seen. I don't think I've ever put these up at all. These also turned up at the same boot sale. I'll leave that other little neon out the way. And these lamps are what are used, or were used, in a telephone exchange. They were called slide, it's a wedge lamp, and they would actually be pushed in to a little hole which had the two contacts, and it would make on the side there. And they were used for supervisory purposes. They also had them on the two motion selectors. A two motion selector is what was used to route the call through. It was an electromechanical switch which stepped up vertically up 10 steps corresponding to O on the dial, and it would then cut into a bank. It had a set of contacts, go into the bank and connect to the required line. That is basically what it did. It's known as a Strowger switch, named by Aldwin B. Strowger, who was an undertaker. And in the early days of telephones, when there was operators, it was the operator that put you through, he himself was an undertaker, and his rival, or his rival's wife, worked at the telephone exchange. So obviously if they wanted any work done, undertaking work, someone had kicked the bucket, then she would automatically give it to her husband. And of course this upset old Aldwin, and he devised the selector switch. What he did, he got a top hat and put the pins in, and sort of, I don't quite know how he did it, but it was a top hat was certainly used, and he was one of the founders of one of the very large telephone companies in America. And the Strowger switch was virtually worldwide. Now, unfortunately, a museum piece. So if you want to find more about it, look up Strowger, two-motion selector, telephone exchanges. It's all about it on YouTube. If you want to know about telephones, I've got a few up. Not too many, but a few. Anyhow, that's what these lamps are, and they had their, I won't try and look at it because it won't show up, I don't think, but on the side it's got GEC England 55. That is the year, the maker, and on the other side it had number 2. These lamps were known as number 2, and they were designated whatever. This is number 2, 12 volts. This is a 12 volt bulb, and the colour at the ends was a colour code also. This one is, turn it round and see what it says, Mazda Alk 62, so that's 1962, and that's number 2, 12 volt. Now also I've got 2 others. These have got black base, and it's made by a company called Hyvac, which I think were taken over by Chicago Miniature, an American company which made lamps. Anyhow, this is in fact a neon indicator, and to go with it, different type but same wedge. The pins, things are coming off at the edge, they are coming unstuck, but that in fact is another little neon. That one, what we're looking at, was used in an electric clock to illuminate the back, so at night time you could look at it and it would give like a gentle red glow at the back. Anyhow people, thanks again for watching. Please ask questions. I appreciate you looking at this. Please subscribe. Any other bits, and I've just noticed I've forgotten one. So before I close, we'll mention this one. This is a quartz halogen within a normal envelope, and it's got the name on there. I'll read it out. It's actually on there. I don't think it'll show. It might do, but if it doesn't, I'm going to read it out. That's what it says. If you can't see it, it says GE 240 volt 70 watt made in Hungary. So many lamps by GE are now made in Hungary, which are being supplied to Europe and back to America. One of my subscribers, if he sees this, will say, ah yes, we talked about this, and it's interesting. Anyhow, once again, thanks for watching, and anything you think I may be the answer on, let me know. I will certainly get back to you. Thank you again. Thank you.